那下面呢，有请我们的上海美商会技术与创新协会主席 Dr. Hugh 先生分享产品的数字化转型，有请。
Hi everyone. Sorry, my presentation is going to be in English. So, maybe one strategy is that somebody sitting next to you understands you can help somebody sitting next to you who doesn't. And I'll try to speak slowly. And let me start off. So my presentation is about really traditional products. And what opportunities are there to create amazing smart products, smart experiences. Designing meaningful experiences using traditional products. And if you look at China, we are looking at here Made in China conference. So, China has hundreds and thousands of factories making traditional products. That's sort of my focus of my presentation today. There's a lot going on. I was in Beijing yesterday actually presenting at a conference all about Industry 4.0, Made in China, 2025 vision. And I teach many Chinese universities. I teach MBA courses on innovation, and also in Shanghai. I'm responsible for American Chamber Technology Innovation Committee. So I organized many events. And throughout last year, I noticed that really the people, let me go back. This whole activity, Industry 4.0, is really benefiting two types of companies. One is big companies, large companies, and you heard some presentations today. And they're benefiting a lot because it's all about really productivity and efficiency, robots, manufacturing, all that. And second group that is benefiting is startups, young companies, many of you like here, who want to build technology that will help realize this vision. Last few months I've been talking to a lot of small, medium manufacturers, traditional manufacturers. And when I talk to them, they don't see any value for them in doing all this. They are too small. They don't see how smart factories will benefit them, and they see cost, they see expense. Then I started talking more and some of these factories, and I realized what they are talking about is really how can all these amazing technology help me make smart products? Help me make products that I can sell for high price, make money, grow my business. Smart factory is not my problem. That's what I'm hearing from traditional factories. And I'll talk more about the products, traditional products. And as you know, China is the world capital of traditional products. So I think that's a great opportunity for innovation, looking at traditional products. And the two things we talk about really in innovation is two important parts of innovation we saw earlier presentation is the beginning. And the beginning is all about experience, designing some amazing experience that people say, wow, this is so amazing, And that's always, experience is always in terms of human beings, a human design experience. And second is this concept, prototyping. How do I experiment, try something new, build something? We heard about earlier presentation, innovation is about doing. So doing is really about building concepts, building prototypes. So think of it, these are the two most important things in the journey. And my point is that, for many disruptive innovation, there are already enough technologies out there, so no new inventions are needed for realizing this vision of, in fact, in Beijing, when I was there, the conference was called From Made in China to Created in China. So how do you make China into a country which is creating new things? That was the conference in Beijing. So here is a simpler way, to kind of capture my main point. Really, it's about designing meaningful experiences. We all know that. I think most big Chinese companies realize that. Companies like Apple are the leaders who started this phenomenon, and that it's all about human experience, and then everything else follows. I attend a lot of consumer sort of trade shows, conferences, and what is happening is that you see this Canton Fair. It's full of traditional products, and then you have a lot of these consumer electronic shows, a lot of digital technologies. So in some ways, I think the opportunity for disruptive innovation is combining these two. This year when I went to Canton Fair, how many of you have gone to Guangzhou, this fair? Canton Fair. 10 kilometers of, you can walk for 2 days, 3 days and not finish. To me, that is the real economy. And you know what I noticed? Nothing was digital. All of this traditional work, almost the technology ignored, past them. Then I go to these technology shows in Hong Kong and sometimes Shenzhen. Hall full of robots, hall full of VR, hall full of drones. It seems like technology world is just enjoying themselves in their own world. The two worlds are not coming together. And to me, that is the opportunity for China. Because, this is the strength. Yes, China is becoming great in this also, but this is the heart of China, traditional products. In fact, in US, there is a small joke, that about made in China. There's a small joke I share with you. So the God created the universe. God created the universe. Everything else is made in China. If your friend can translate it, because that's the capital. To me, why not use the strength? Use the strength of traditional products. And I think that's a great opportunity for young people. You don't need to dream. I see some tech companies I visit, they show me this small robot cleaning carpet. I don't need that. Take 5 hours. I can clean my carpet in 10 minutes. So there's a lot of, young people I encourage, look at the traditional products for opportunities for innovation. Because those products already we use, they are in our daily life. So this is sort of, I'm also a professor of innovation, so sometimes I like to use some framework. Here's a simple framework. When technology changes too much, this thing, it's opportunity for finding new meaning. Finding new meaning. What does all this technology mean? And the classic example for this is really the iPhone, right? Nokia knew that technology is getting more and more powerful. So they kept making more and more powerful phones. Apple realized the technology is so powerful that it's time to change the meaning. It's no longer a phone. It's this personal smart device which can do many things. And phone is one of the small things, yes, it can do also. So that's called changing the meaning. And I think that is what is happening right now all around us. Technology is going, so most people get confused. They don't understand the human meaning, opportunity. So they start making robots which will bring food for us. Robots which will bring wine to us. I laugh when I see those things. Why do I want a robot bringing wine to me in my home? It's foolish. So that's the problem. We are losing connection with the real world. And the real world is traditional products. So to kind of keep this in mind, people give meaning. We are in control. So all of these are the technologies which are changing so fast, entering everything around us. And there are some successes, some very interesting successes, and lots of failures. But I just put this as an example. These technologies are really affecting everything. In fact, the conference I was in Beijing, it was for mechanical design. Imagine mechanical design. The whole mechanical design industry is changing because of this technology. And here is an example. I think most of you probably have heard of this, the Nest, right? And the company was bought, after 2 years, the company was bought by Google for $3.4 billion. A lot of money for a startup. right? And all they did was come up with a thermostat. But this is the example of the old meaning. This is my Beijing hotel. I just took a picture from my hotel. They have a Honeywell, a very nice company, right? They make a thermostat. Old meaning, this meaning. I use thermostat because I want to control temperature. New meaning. I use thermostat because I want to feel comfortable without having to control temperature. Because the thermostat is smart. After 3 days, it learns everything about me. And then it keeps my home comfortable without me having to change temperature or anything. So that's the opportunity, traditional product. Now this one costs $20. This one, $160. So somebody who's making this right now in China, they are worried about how to cut cost. Because every year, Walmart, everybody beat them, hey, cut cost. If you go on this side, innovation, it's not about cost. $160. Who cares about the cost? So to me, innovation is about creating value and capturing that value through innovative ways. But there are a lot of interesting failures in Silicon Valley, because Silicon Valley, all the tech world, Chun and all the, even Shanghai, a lot of startups. Young people are, they're good with APPs. They're making APPs. But as we are entering into the smart products, it's becoming clear that a lot of these startups have no idea about manufacturing, about products, because they have never seen a factory in their life. So my suggestion for a lot of young startups is work with traditional factories, because they know the product and you know the technology, you have the ideas. Together, the world can be a better place. We can have more useful, meaningful, smart products. So this is $1,000. It makes tea. Very smart, but nobody buy it. Google invest in it. And some top VCs, they lost $100 million. This make juice, smart juice, also company closed. Because one TV program, they do the testing, they realize the smart juice, and when you make the juice by hand, same thing. You can make the same amount of juice by hand. So both companies closed down because technology driving these companies. Nobody understands the manufacturing supply chain. So now we heard a lot of amazing presentation in the beginning. Smart city, smart car, smart home. So these are all opportunities for really thinking about meaning. What does smart home mean? All of us, if I ask you in this room, will have different definition, different ideas. And that's what's happening. Haier, Samsung, all these people are also struggling with the idea. Nobody knows. Because we control the meaning. Unless we decide, there is no smart home. For many young people, maybe the smart home is home full of screens, big screens, refrigerator, bedroom, kitchen, dining room, all big screens, right? Smart home, everything screen, voice. For old people like me, what is smart home? I don't see any technology. It is so smart that I don't see anything. It's all the technology hidden. You see how the meaning can be so different for different generations. So we are in control, and right now that's why all these companies are going through prototypes, concepts. So my suggestion is small companies also, traditional companies really have an opportunity to enter this exciting world. Don't wait for technology companies. They don't understand it either. Because it's a human problem, it's not a technology problem. But, all these technologies are creating opportunities, sharing economy, right? It's coming from all this. And now, I don't know in Suzhou, but in Shanghai also now umbrellas sharing. You can share the umbrella. And God knows how many other things you can share. So that is going to keep going on because sky is the limit. Cars, So these are things which are interesting that a lot of traditional factories can use. So, we all hear this word, digital transformation. And when you look at the definition, digital transformation is really change associated with application of digital technology in all aspects of human society. It's a transformation of human society using technology, right? So guess what is happening right now? Only technology people are playing this game. And the part we are ignoring is really neglect the traditional products by traditional manufacturers. In fact, a lot of startups, their business model is to disrupt, to destroy the old economy. To me, those are the good people. They are making things that we use every day. Why not work with them and make these products smarter? Because those are real products. And of course, lack of human experience. I go to consumer electronics shows, 90% of products are junk. They look good. No purpose, no meaning other than just cute, you know. And so that's the problem, because a lot of these tech companies have no understanding of traditional products. You know, they're just throwing technology and imagination without understanding the human experience. And you know, that's why companies like Apple, they come up with very few products. I know people who work there and they are obsessed with human experience. And it is impossible for anything to come out of that company without first coming up with an amazing human experience design. So to me, this is traditional products, right? To me, that's the cool stuff. Robot, boring. To me, this is exciting. How can we make this traditional world meaningful, smart? You know, I wish more people look at world like this, because these are things in our life. You know, I can give many examples, but for example, the smart city, you can't have smart city with smart pipes. So the people who are making pipes, they're in great opportunity to imagine these smart pipes where things are happening, they can detect flow, usage, patterns, all that cool stuff. You know, bottle, smart bottle, I don't know, people who are making bottle, again, it boils down to human experience. Well, bottle, why do we need a smart bottle? Well, maybe old people, you know, the smart bottle can remind them to drink more water. Or parents worried about kids, you know, not drinking water. The smart bottle could be some kind of a game and fun way for kids to drink more water. So to me, traditional products is where the magic is. Make them meaningful, make them smart, and there's a lot of money to be made. I'm working with some of the companies, you know, whether solar water heater, fan, even can. One can company I'm kind of working with. They're saying, well, you know, the cans are so dumb. They just have expiry date, expire next year. But there is no intelligence what's happening inside. Maybe the temperature in the storage was low and the food already bad in the can, you know. So the smart can should be able to tell me that, okay, I'm supposed to be 20 degrees throughout the cold supply chain, but something happened. Now my temperature compromised, turned red, which means doesn't have expiry date. Don't eat me, I'm bad. Again, possible. Now the canning industry is huge, mega billions. So how many people are working on smart can? You know, so those are to me, anyway, I can go into a lot of product details, but so the point I'm talking about is really right now a lot of technology companies, they do this technology research, concept product development. This is missing. Design research. Design research. That's my field. You know, my doctorate was in design. And I know a lot of people and companies like Apple, they're obsessed with design research. Finding new meanings. And this is a very powerful way to keep you focused on human needs, human situations. Technology is a slave to humans. We cannot forget this, right? We are in control. And design research is a way, so I would encourage a lot of these universities, institutes to a little bit introduce these type of topics, because it's a nice balance between technology and human-centered thinking. Now, you know, we heard that before. The experience is the king. Unless it's an amazing experience, who cares about technology, right? In fact, innovation, by definition, is us accepting it. If we don't accept it, it's not called innovation. When I'm a professor of innovation, I know the definition. It's only when we accept something, it's called innovation. Otherwise, you can call it whatever, invention, R&D, whatever, it's not innovation. Innovation is when we accept it. So, to me, you know, naturally, experience has to be delightful, otherwise why would we accept it? And then you got the traditional products. This is all this made in China, right? All the traditional products. Now we have software, hardware, cloud, sensors. A lot of things have to come together. So it gets a little bit complicated. And you know, And many traditional factories are afraid. I have to invest all this money and expense, and then maybe it will not work for me, and I don't understand technology. So to me, it's really a partnership between technology companies and traditional companies to work together. And one way to do that is really do pilot projects. Right now, this is what's happening all over US. Google, Microsoft, Amazon, they're all funding pilot projects. But everybody realizes, because you really cannot tell whether something will work or not. So these are my sort of 3-month pilot project style. This is how I do projects when I'm going to do traditional. So it's kind of like the idea is, it's never going to be clean. It's like going up and down, right? But you're moving forward. You're moving forward, making things a little bit clear. And you kind of come up with, prototype 1, prototype 2, prototype 3, and each time you're adding a little more intelligence. But it's all driven by really this experience design. That's the guiding light. That keeps everybody together. And if the pilot, you can show with your customers, your buyers, because that's the nice thing. Traditional companies have customers. They have buyers. Startups have to find these people. And that's why many of them are failing on traditional products, because they don't have existing, some traditional factories I work, their grandfather started the factory. Then the father, now the son take over. They have 50 years of history. So they are the right people, really, for making this world smarter place, So the goal of the pilot projects, for us, really the goal is only to build creative confidence, because that is the magic trick. A lot of young people are in this room, right? You have certain confidence that yes, it can be done. So to me, the 3 things you want to do with pilot projects is really these 3 important things. One is the user experience. You want to have a user experience that you can share and people say, wow, if only this is possible, I love it. That's the first check. Number 2 is prototype is all about testing, whether technically you can make it work. No investment, just technically. Is it possible? Very simple prototype. And the third is really a business model. How will you make money? And those are the 3 goals. So almost like you're trying to do this part. A little bit of technology, a little bit of business, but mostly about user experience, right? So you gotta build the creative confidence, demystify technology, de-risk technology. So this is sort of the heart of really what I do, Working traditional factories, experience design, prototyping. Now the business model part is important. A lot of traditional factories are still thinking about cost and selling the product. To me, the game is right now about the business model. You understand all these companies, why they are making so much money. Because they understand that they go after a human situation, find a way to create value, connect buyer, supplier, DDE, mobile, all of them, platform, capture the data, and then they use the data to analyze. And then they go after a new situation. So it's like a circle. So the traditional companies, traditional factories really need to learn that, because that's the magic. Because you can change a product into service, you can be connected with your customers all the time. All those benefits come in through this kind of platform. So that's where sometimes the money you can make 10 times more. I will try to give you some examples, 2-3 examples. One is a smart fan. One project I'm involved with. I can't get too much detail. Where to me, fans are everywhere. They are in factories, they are in hospitals, they are in restaurants, hotels, warehouses. Well, how can you make fans smart? So they can control the flow based on what temperature you want. Maybe in warehouses, the humidity. They can also control the humidity. So because a lot of the things go bad because of the humidity problem, right? In homes, maybe clean the air. Well, there are a lot of sensors available to detect air quality. So then suddenly they can start cleaning the air. Flow control, energy, affordable, and maybe business model. Now imagine in your home, somebody comes up and says, hey, this is a fan, it's a smart fan, and it will keep, especially Beijing, air quality is bad, right? Say, look, this is smart enough to detect PM 2.5, and it will clean automatically to maintain a certain clean level. Wow, okay. How much does it cost? Well, costs nothing. You just install it, it's smart, it's connect. I'll send you a monthly bill of 50 kwai with a digital report. of exactly how clean your air was in your home. Because I'm not selling you fan, I'm selling you clean air. And now suddenly, I am their customer for next 10 years. Because somebody is selling me clean air in my home. And 50 quiet a month is not so much money. So maybe through that business model, you will earn 10 times more money. So that's really the game that is available for smart products. Smart tap, right? Work, some young people, startups, government support can work with a tap company, make a smart tap. Because we all want to save water, we just don't know. Imagine a smart tap in your home, which can detect who is the papa, mama, children. It can detect who's using the water, how much they are using. And you can have a family competition. Hey, whoever used the less water, get something special, And in fact, you can, it can remember. The minute I go there, it knows what kind of temperature I want, what flow I want. Just a smart one. And suddenly, maybe 50% water conservation, you can save water. And also, it makes you aware that how bad you are compared to everybody else. That maybe you need to change your behavior. You know how many people are? I have this habit. I go to the toilet to brush my teeth, I turn on the tap. And I'm brushing my teeth, water is flowing, right? But I don't remember that, right? But the smart tap can help. So who is working on smart tap? I've never seen one, Lawnmower. People are making a lawnmower to cut grass. Right now I have one choice. I have to buy the cheap one because I don't use it so much, right? But imagine sharing a smart lawnmower that I can share with my neighbors. And then suddenly, because I need to use it only once a month, but it's smart enough. I can book it knows how much I use, and I just pay my share. Now suddenly my quality of life go up. Because if I buy this one, it's useless. I use only one time a month, too expensive. But now I can enjoy a more expensive one because it's smart. But actually cheaper than this. All these predictive maintenance, all those things benefit. So that's the power of looking at traditional products, because you can reimagine so many amazing things. Now, this is sort of my closing point. Why is this thing, why what I'm saying is important? One is, to me, this is China's strength. China makes all these things. I visit a lot of these factories. And more important, these small traditional factories, they represent 60 to 80% of the economy. Not just in China, all over the world. So unless these products are smart, my view is technology industry has failed. We have failed in digital transformation because we are just playing the game within ourselves. We are not impacting the society as much as we can. So this is, to me, the golden opportunity. And it's a huge economic benefit for technology companies. Imagine if you are making sensors, chip, you start selling them to the traditional factories. Wow. Not just sell to robot companies or drone companies or chip companies. Selling to traditional factories. And the social impact. These are the people who create jobs. This is where most of the jobs are. Europe, America, everywhere. This is the heart of a country, traditional businesses. And all over the world they are suffering right now because we're sort of excluding them from the technology revolution. We call them old economy. So to me, they are the good guys. They need to find a way to work. And truly I believe we'll have better, useful, smart products if we work with the traditional industries, because they have been making these products for generations. I know for sure if I find the 3 smartest kids in MIT or Harvard or Stanford, they will not be able to make a great fan. They can make the digital technology, APP, but not the fan. If I work with somebody whose grandfather started a fan factory, they know every detail of what's every little material, nuts and bolts, what makes a good fan. They know fan. Now imagine if you combine the two, those smart startup kids and the traditional factories. That I think is really what's missing right now. And my view is that the Made in China vision, needs this kind of innovation centers. I travel through China and I see a lot of innovation centers, but they're really designed for smart factory, big machine, robots. Okay, fine, good. But why are we ignoring traditional businesses? So these innovation centers need to be in smaller towns where the traditional factories are, and help them with experience design, because they don't understand the technology. Technology don't come to them. So we need to kind of help with experience design with the traditional and help them with the prototypes. because they know the fan, but they don't know IoT and cloud and big data AI. We know that. So together we can work. So I think with the universities and government support, this is not so complicated. Because right now, amazing things are happening. Innovation labs, all provinces, everywhere. But whenever I go there, it's usually the big companies or the startups. And what I want to see really is a small traditional factory say, hey, I make this cap. Can you guys help me make a smart version? I make this fan. Those innovation centers, I think, is the missing link for made in China vision. Okay, that's it. Thank you.